Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As Mr. Hammond said, I'm Rakisha Shank Jones. I am the PTA president for this school year, and I wanted to introduce the board. We have Ms. Fobbs, who's also the data specialist here at Stonewall Tell. She is the vice president of PTA. Ms. Fobbs, raise your hand, please. We have Courtney Alexander. I don't think Courtney has made it yet. She's the treasurer. And we have Marjorie Moss Hurd, who is the secretary. And I don't see Marjorie yet either. So that is our board for this school year. We are working hard to make sure that our students and our teachers have a great year, make sure that they have what they need to be successful. A few things that's going on with PTA. As you know, we had the, for what you might not have known, but for back to school, we gave the teachers mugs, and we also gave the students Stonewall Tell folders. So if your student came home with the Stonewall Tell folder, that came from PTA as a back to school gift. I hope you all like them. Also, the solar eclipse was recently. Your students had moon pies and water that came from PTA. We gave each student in the school moon pies and water. So we wanted them just to do something with the eclipse, so that's why we did moon pies. It was very hard to find, but I think that the kids did enjoy it as well as the students. So that's another project that PTA has done thus far this year. And one of the events that we've had thus far, we had Grits and Grandparents most recently. Our Grits and Grandparents was a huge success. We had grandparents and our students here, and we had Waffle House cater it, and we had a lot of fun, and we ate a lot of food. So it was very fun that Saturday morning as well, with the volunteers working to make sure everyone had what they needed. So we are on the ball this year with PTA. Some of the things that are coming up, October the 20th is our Fall Festival. If your student have not brought anything home, it will be coming home this week. All the details about the Fall Festival, just to let you know, we do need volunteers for the Fall Festival. Our Fall Festival volunteer meeting is this Thursday at 6:30 in the Media Center. In addition to that, this Friday, our box top contest ends. We need you to bring all those box tops to the school so that we can get some money. We get a dime for each box top that is turned in, and the classroom with the most box tops will have a pizza party. So please, please, please bring those box tops in. And I think that is it. We will have a few other things coming out. We do have calendars on the website. We also have them in the back. If you're not a member of PTA and would like to join, we do have a membership drive going currently at the back table in the lobby. It's $10 for membership, and we do need every parent. We want every voice heard, so please join us. Just to give you one other update, let's see how many PTA members do we have currently in the... Okay, all right, thank you. So just to give you all an update, one thing, the sign-in sheet for PTA members, it is going around, so if you are a PTA member, please sign that sign-in sheet. There's one on each side of the room. And then I just want to give you a quick budget update. We started the year with about $8,400. We purchased the cups and folders and magnets for back to school. That was about $2,500. We also did the solar eclipse, $300. We also had Grits and Grandparents, but we basically broke even because we did charge for that. Just coming up, we do have Fall Festival, as I mentioned, coming up. We also have paid some of our administrative things, such as insurance and things of that nature that we have to pay. So currently, as of September the 12th, we have about $5,400 in our treasury. And we will, of course, bring that up as we get ready for Fall Festival, because that's one of our biggest fundraisers. And I think that is about it. We wanted to give you, well, let me just go over this. Actually, the members have now come in. I see Courtney Alexander. Courtney, please stand. She's our treasurer. And Marjorie Moss Hurd is our secretary. Are there any questions or concerns about PTA? All right. Thank you. Mr. Hammond, you can have it.
Thank you. Again, I'm making it for everyone to join PTA. And hold it like this. Please join PTA. Stonewall Tell has a very proud tradition, but one thing we kind of fall short is our PTA membership. And there are different groups within Fulton County like our principals group and some others that kind of look at that enrollment. We want to show ourselves strong in every way possible. So it's just a $10 investment. But when we show that strength that this number of parents are actual members and have bought in, that bodes well for our school. So if you would, please, if you're not a member, please join on tonight. Thank you for that. I want to introduce someone to you right now, Mr. Drexel Mitchell, if you would stand, from Get Dinner to Go. Let's give him a hand. He is one of our active partners in our school, and he's been great to our staff. Again, one of the things I ask our partners to do is help encourage and support our teachers. Last year, he showed up. Every teacher got a $20 gift card to his establishment. Please, let's support those that support us. He was an integral part in supporting our teachers during that Teacher Appreciation Week, and even this year, he's continuing to support. So please, on Camp Creek, Cascade, I'm sorry, located on Cascade, right around the corner of the street. So let's support Get Dinner to Go. They even have a promotion in October for church organizations and schools to where your organization, your church, or your nonprofit can get 10% back on business, right?
We're donating 10% back to the schools.
Donating 10% back. So please, don't wait until October. Let's support them now and throughout the rest of the year. Again, a very good partner. And they were also chosen to be our Blue Ribbon Partner of the Year. So this year, during our Legacy of Excellence Awards, Get Dinner to Go, Mr. Mitchell will be recognized for their support. So let's give him a hand. And please stop by his table out in the atrium. Let's support him because he definitely supports Stonewall Tell. Coming to you now, gentleman that's just an awesome individual. Saw his purpose in establishing an organization called Mental Fitness, which provides STEM education to children all across the South Fulton area and probably further. We definitely want to partner with him, and you definitely want your child an opportunity to participate in this program. Again, what we're looking to do as a school is to be STEAM certified. And part of what we have to do is we have to make sure that all of our kids are exposed to that curriculum, to those experiences, to that way of thinking. And so what Mr. Childs will do through Mental Fitness is offer an outstanding program for your students, for our students, so they continue to get that STEAM exposure. Again, thousands of jobs, millions of jobs that may not even be created yet will be in the STEM-related area. So we're preparing our kids for jobs that may not exist right now. But certainly the critical thinking that comes with STEM, our kids need right now. And so I'm going to let him come and present to you, and let's have an open mind. This is a great opportunity for your child, for our school, so let's take advantage. Mr. John Childs.
Thank you, everybody. So I'm John Childs. I'm a former classroom teacher, mostly focused on math and science. And I recently retired about 5 years ago to start the program Mental Fitness, 21st Century Learning. The program began to be an after-school program focusing on STEAM, hands-on learning, and specific 21st century learning skills that are directed at making sure our children are not only employed, but have the capacity to be employers. We focus on science, tech, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. We have a real focus on the arts. We teach TV film classes and really try to get that creativity out of our children. It is an indicator of the gifted trait, so-called. So we really try to get that out. We have an after-school program in Fairburn, which we pick up several children from here daily. We also do a STEAM summer camp, one of the only ones in the area that actually focuses on STEAM all day. What we want to do here at Stonewall Tell is offer a 2-day-a-week program. One that would focus on STEAM, and the other day would focus on, all you kids are familiar with Legos. So one of our board members owns the North Atlanta territory for Bricks for Kids, which is a national Lego association. So we'd like to bring that type of programming here. We've partnered with schools who are in the process of achieving their STEAM certification, and we simply want to duplicate that here. We have a hub near you, but we'd like to come out to you and be here with you specifically at Stonewall. On our website, there's already a place to register for the program. I have a table set up right outside the left door there. We'll be out there with information, ready to answer any questions that you may have. We are a K through 12 association, but here, of course, it'll be your K through 5. So I know you, like I said, I'm a former teacher. I know they're ready to go home already, and I'm sure you all are too, so I'll get out of the way. But I look to talk to as many of you as I can. Thank you much.
I want to reiterate something that I said last year, and I want to challenge those of you that are here. If you look at the top-ranked schools in our nation, every single one of them that are ranked at the top have some sort of programmatic designation, whether it's IB, STEM, some sort of foreign language immersion, or something, right? And it's not the program itself that makes them a top-ranked school, it's what the kids get from some of those frameworks, right? Again, STEAM is about critical thinking, it's about producing, it's about innovating, right? IB also is about rigor, it's about international mindedness, it's a different way of thinking, it's not just a program in itself. And so we want to make sure that our kids have every opportunity to grow as learners. Again, at Stonewall Tell, historically, 2/3 of our kids come in at or above grade level, theoretically, right? But how do we challenge them to grow in their thinking and grow in their understanding? It can't just be the run-of-the-mill stuff, right? We have to make sure that our kids are appropriately challenged so that not only can they grow in their knowledge and understanding, but they can compete on an international level. Our vision here is world class. So we're not just satisfied being top in the South or just being top in Fulton County. We've got bigger goals than that, higher expectations, as I know you do as well. So, but we have to get on board together with what we're trying to do so that we can provide those opportunities for our children. How many of you are on Twitter? Okay, well, a few of you. I posted a tweet last week because I found out that we have three brothers, siblings, and they have a fourth brother that's very young. He'll be in pre-K next year. But they have their own cookie business called Yummy Brothers. They are entrepreneurs in the 4th, 2nd, and 1st grade. That's the type of children we have. So do you think that run-of-the-mill and standard stuff is good enough for them? No. The math that they learn has to be useful for their business. The language arts and writing and reading that they learn needs to be useful for their business. We have young doctors and whoever in our school. We have to make sure that we create the kind of opportunity and rigor that's going to prepare them for that. And some of them can't wait until they get 18. So we've got a huge task. We're trying to push the rigor, push the opportunities for our kids, but we got to do this together. Just met a parent potential partner, so we're excited about that. We got to start talking amongst ourselves even more and make sure we get everybody connected, okay? Title I. Where's Miss Broadwater? How many of you know Miss Broadwater? Good. All of you need to get to know Miss Broadwater. She's our full-time parent liaison, and she is a fire. There she is. Wave your hand, Miss Broadwater. She is amazing. One thing that we're asking all parents, we need you to volunteer. We need to see your face in the place at least 1 hour per month, whether it's all-pro dads, whether it's making copies, whether it's walking your children in, whatever it may be. But we want you here, supporting our school, supporting your child, encouraging somebody else. Just want to encourage everyone that we need you here. We want you here. We're looking forward to it. Can y'all hear me? I guess I better hold it a little tight. Okay. So Ms. Broad, making sure I go through all the compliance things on Title I. So I need y'all to hold me honest. I'm going to get you out of here by 6:30. Y'all go bear with me? All right, what is Title I? It's a federal program to help supplement schools to establish equity. We are a Title I school with about 55% free reduced lunch. How do we participate? We get federal funds. We use it for staffing. We use it for professional development. We use it for supplies and materials. We are a school-wide program. That means all of our students benefit from our Title I funds. What are our academic goals? Not only do we want to increase the percent of students that are proficient and distinguished on Georgia milestones, but we all want our kids reading at their appropriate lexile level. We want them achieving above standards. And again, we want to make sure that the learning that they get is relevant to their interests and their passions. Let's see. School programs and supports. Again, we have extracurricular activities like chess club, robotics, junior Lego league, style, Stonewall Tell Young Ladies of Excellence, Atlas, a number of things, and we're updating our website each day. What curriculum do we use? Georgia Standards of Excellence. That's the state curriculum. What test will your child be taking? FastBridge is a new universal screener. It replaced the STAR test, was tested reading and math. Your teachers will share that information with you tonight. Let's see. How do these tests measure my child's progress? It measures reading, lexile level, comprehension, phonics, fluency. What proficiency levels? Again, for the milestones, grades 3 through 5, there are 4 levels. There is basic, there's, oh Lord, this is everyday language. Somebody help me. There's beginning, developing, proficient, distinguished. No. Let's see. What is required by law for parent and family engagement? We're required to inform you of your rights as parents, provide opportunities for you to volunteer. Again, we want to see everybody here for an hour a month. We love you. That plan is posted on our website. I believe copies of the compact are available outside. So see Ms. Broadwater at her table. Have you returned your compact? Raise your hand if you returned your signed compact. Oh, we need more of them. They're out here. You can sign them tonight, turn them in. We want to get to 100%. I believe we're somewhere in the 80s. Come on, let's get 100% on tonight. Let's see. Does my child's teacher meet professional qualifications? Yes, our teachers are highly qualified. They're talented and they're committed. We have a knack for finding very talented people, and we're excited about that. Let's see. How was Title I parent and family engagement money spent? Those beautiful signs you see, that's some of the money. We have resources. How many of you know where the parent family center is? The room. Okay, how many of you know where the music room is? Okay, it's on that same hallway right behind us. So past Ms. Bradley's room, keep walking, you'll see the family engagement room, see Ms. Broadwater. And if you visit her, she got snacks, water, and fruit. All right, what is a parent's right to know? We're going to be transparent. We encourage you, Miss Courtney Alexander, wave, stand again. She's also our school governance chair. She's pulling double duty. So our SGC meets typically once a month, at least 6 times per year. One of the things that we share openly is that budget in terms of what money we get and how it's spent. We don't go into detail about individual salaries, but you can see how much is spent on salary versus professional development, instructional materials, and supplies. Getting close. Shout early. Watch this. What opportunity school provide for parent engagement? Meetings like this. We have donuts and dialogue once a month where you come sit down with me, have open talk. Who's been to a donuts and dialogue? All right. Do you get a chance to talk? Do I listen? Do I answer your questions? If there's anything you want to know, discuss, good, bad, and different, come to donuts and dialogue. We can sit down. You're busy, I'm busy, but I want to set aside that time at least once a month to make sure that you have opportunity to hear from me. Any concern that you have, I'm willing to address. You're my customer. I want to make sure that you're satisfied. We're going to do the best job that we can for your child. We're not perfect, but where we can improve, we want to know. And so we need your help. So be looking for the next Donuts and Dialogue. Parent conferences are going on right now and through the first couple weeks of October. So make sure you get that information from your child's teacher. Report cards are coming out on October 12th, 19th. I don't want to make it October 19th, so don't wait until then. If you want to go have a chat with your child's teacher, tonight's not the night, but you can maybe set up that meeting with your child's teacher. Let's see. list parent decision-making opportunities. Again, get involved with the School Governance Council, join. PTA, come to Donuts and Dialogue, we can talk. One of the things that's on our agenda, Donuts and Dialogue, is a foreign language for our school. So again, we're having that discussion as Stonewall Tell. We're also having it as a cluster. Let's see, how responsive will the school be to my questions when asked? Again, we're committed to respond within 24 hours. If we don't, we're more than happy to, apologize for that, but we certainly want to get back to you and address your concerns. So, all of our information is on the contact sheet. Wonderful. I didn't even have to talk about that. Okay, closing and evaluations. Did I get everything? Okay. So, am I good? So we are compliant with Title I federal programs. I'm good with Ms. Broadwater, so I can stay out of the doghouse. But please make sure you get to know her. She is wonderful. We're so glad to have her, but we need you as well. So please make sure you're familiar with her. Last thing, I want to share this with you because we as a staff have already talked about it and we made some progress. One of the most difficult things that we have to do every year is grading. One of the things that we notice from looking at our grading practices is that our grades don't always reflect student mastery. Meaning that sometimes our kids have high grades, but their performance on standardized tests is low. And we had to address that. So one of the things that we did as a staff starting in pre-planning is we talked about how are we grading and how are we assigning weights to what children are doing. Concurrent with that, we're looking at our curriculum, what is being taught and how it's being taught. And that's an ongoing process. Again, one of the things that we've been missing over the last 3 to 5 years is the amount of rigor, meaning that the work is appropriately challenging for the kids. Because if it's appropriately challenging, then they're going to grow in terms of their learning, right? And I'm not discrediting anybody, but that's what we were seeing, because if children are coming in at or above grade level, 2/3 of them, but we were having less than 2/3 perform at mastery on standardized tests, and we're, quote unquote, teaching to the standards, then something's out of whack, right? So one of the things that we did collectively, I had a representative from, or sometimes two, from each grade level, plus my admin support team, and we looked at the weights for grades, and we adopted a standard weight system for each grade level. Now, where that differs is kindergarten and first grade to some extent, because again, first grade, the grading system is a little bit different, and then also kindergarten, the grading system is different, okay? So what you will see, and I'm going to have this all in writing, I'm going to send this home as well as it be on our website, but I wanted to tell you first, while I have most of you here. So, summative assessment. Say summative assessment. Summative assessment is how we assess or determine mastery. And that's typically done after the instruction has been provided. All right? That's why it's called summative. Formative assessment. Repeat.
Formative assessment.
Formative assessment.
Formative assessment.
Formative assessment is what we give when we're trying to measure progress towards mastery. So things like quizzes, exit tickets, things of that nature are all formative. Even the work that your child does in learning the standard is formative in nature, right? Think about this analogy. If you have a driver's license, chances are you probably got a chance to practice driving a car before you took the test, correct? Now, when you went to take the test, did the driving instructor count all of your practice hours? No. Did they ask you about running into that mailbox when you first started learning how to drive? That may not be everybody, it might be some of us, right? But traditionally what we do is we count all of our kids' practice into their final grade. Now again, that's tradition that's a lot older than any of us in this room. But what we all know as educators, but it's hard to kind of face and deal with, and then what parents are accustomed to if you've been in school and your child's been in school for a while, is that's what we're just used to. And so changing that is like turning that Titanic around. But we have to do it if we're going to be fair to our students. Now, I will say this because it's going to come up, so I want you to hear it from me now. Assessment doesn't say everything about your child. Never has, never will. Not one test, not 10 tests is going to tell me everything I need or want to know about any child. So what we've done is we try to distribute the weights of the grade in order to represent more what a child really knows as they've done on assessment. Okay? Now, the current grading practice is not perfect. But what we have is a step toward getting better, right? So I'm just going to tell you what the grade weights are, and we'll send something out in writing to you in a Thursday folder probably next week and on our website. So our new grade weights are for summative assessment, which would be 9-week post-test. It could be a teacher-made test given during the 9 weeks. That's considered summative. Again, that's the point where we're trying to see what that child knows at that point in time. And that's worth 35% of a child's grade. Classwork, quizzes, there's 2 categories, but they're both formative in nature. The work that your child does in order to learn the standard, that's all formative. Any quiz your child takes, that's formative. And those are worth a total of 60%. All right? Now I'm just going to tell you that number's a little too high for me. But we're working together, my admin and teachers, so again, we're taking a step in the right direction. Homework is worth 5%. Okay? So that gets you to 100 in terms of total weight. Now, one of the things you're going to see, starting in the second 9 weeks, we're going to give your child a pre-test for the whole unit. A unit is 9 weeks long. That's going to be entered in the grade book, and that's before your child has received any instruction. However, that's weighted at 0%. Okay? Here's why we're doing that. We're given that pre-test to see what that child already knows before they even receive any instruction. Then we target what they need to know. Right? That saves us some instructional time. And plus, it makes it more relevant for your child if we're focusing on what they need to learn. Right? Instead of everybody just learn the same thing at the same time. Okay? Now, it's weighted at 0% because we don't want to penalize them for what they, haven't been taught. All right? So, what you'll be able to do at the end of the 9 weeks is you can compare their pre-test to their post-test and see how much they've grown academically as it relates to those standards. All right? So that's why we're doing it. Okay? Now, the weights are going to stay what they are for right now for the rest of the year. And then our teachers and I will come back at the end of the year during the summer and say, okay, do we need to continue to make some adjustment? I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, yes. But we're going to work together on that. And certainly, we can even address that through the SGC or Donuts and Dialogues. We can have some more conversation on that because your input's important as well. Okay? So again, I just want to share that with you. It will be in writing coming home next Thursday and on the website. So please be looking for that. Our next Donuts and Dialogue, I don't know if we have a date yet, but it will be in October. We're going to do one during the day in the morning, and we'll have another one on Saturday to try to accommodate as many people as possible. Okay? In a moment, I'm going to release you to your teachers. Again, they have presentations and a lot of great information that you need to know for you. This event ends at 7:30. Okay? You guys have been working all day. Our teachers have been working all day. So you're going to get a solid 50 minutes with them. And hopefully you get everything that you need at that time. Thank you so much. I'm excited about last year, but I'm more excited about this year and how we can build upon our success. But we've got a lot of work to do, and we've got to do it together. So let's make sure we get involved. Any parent that you know is not here, call, text them, tell them you should have been here. Come see Mr. Hammonds. You can volunteer and make it up to him, and then we'll be all good. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Please enjoy the refreshments. Please see our partners. Get dinner to go, Mentor Fitness, and have a great evening.